Hi everyone, welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris. Face shave time. I've just had an absolutely superb head shave with the leaf razor and Noble Otter Bar Bar. And I'm now moving on to a soap which is one of the best on the planet at the moment. And it's Barrister and Mann. This is the Excelsior base and it's SAERYAN. I think that's how you pronounce it. Now this is an exclusive made for top of the chain over in Canada. And it's a great one, you can see that it's got the top of the chain just up here. It's a fantastic scent. Now, it's floral, but I'm not a fan of florals, so that's why the fantastic scent thing might be a bit confusing. I don't know what it is about it, but there is something intoxicating about the scent. That's even smelling it now, it's still not a scent that for some reason my nose says you don't like it, but then something happens in my brain that goes, fuck, that smells quite nice. Can't quite put my finger on it. I think Fougere Gothique is the same, even though I love the scent of that, and my head says I love the scent of it. No one else seems to. Now the brush for today is probably, well, there's no probablys about it, it is the least dense brush in my den. Now it is a Carnivus and Richardson handle, and this was a collaboration with Katie's Bubbles over in America, and there used to be a little sticker on here, Katie's Bubbles sticker, but it looked shit, so I peeled it off. Beautifully turned aluminium, and it's got a 24mm knot. I think it's 24mm. Now this thing is not dense at all, but you can see how good that knot is with gel tips. It's phenomenal. So here we go, straight into the soap. If you're unaware, if you've been watching my channel for a while and you've not watched my recent stuff, you'll know that I used to be quite regimented with, I'm not putting water on my soap, I'm not soaking it, I'm not blooming it, whatever you want to call it. I call it soaking because I don't do it for the scent, I just do it to soften the top layer of the soap. So I soak my soap. But I do it with most soaps now, even soaps that are generally a little bit softer, which Excelsior isn't a super firm base, but it's firm. But I find it just opens that top layer up to the bristles and allows you to get underneath that, load your brush quicker, but also load it heavier. And as you guys know, I like a heavy loaded brush. I like to make a good voluminous lather. So there is the brush loaded. Someone else asked, who made the knot, or where did the knot come from? And I can't bloody remember. I really can't. It was an American company. I mean, the knot's not American. I don't know where they got the knots from. But it's an American company, and I just can't for the life of me remember the name of the company that the knot was sourced from. I'm sure if you did a bit of research you would find out, but I should do it myself because I do have the odd bit of time on my hands. But same old story, innit? Right, let's paint this on. So soft, but it's super floppy. I mean, it's more of a painting brush than an actual sprayer, but you will see when it sprays, it works superbly well. Sometimes I use certain brushes and it makes me go faster like this. Then it brings back memories of Andy the Northern Shaver out of Canada. Awesome bloke. This channel's pretty much shut down now. I don't know whether he'll ever come back. He's had his fair share of knocks, literally, to the head. And it's taken its toll on his mental health, on his physical health. I would imagine very much so on his emotional health. And he just decided to call it quits on the channel, and I'm sure he still watches. He does comment every now and then on the channel, comments in some of the videos and pops on sometimes, so I hope he's doing well. He's a really nice guy and doesn't really deserve all the shit he's going through from what I know of him. I mean, I've been reflecting a lot over the past few days with regards to my injury and the outlook of it and things like that, and really, I'm physically fit and healthy. I've got a dodgy wrist. If I can't go back to work, I'll find a new job, I'll find a new way, I'll train in something else, I'll go to college, there's so much available for me as an able-bodied person. I don't mean that disrespectful to people that aren't, like people that have got one arm and one leg and things like that. But I've got everything that's required to succeed in most things in terms of physicality. I mean, there's things that I can't do because I'm shit at it. But everything's in the right place generally for me to do anything that I want to do. And really, I can't grumble about silly little things like wrists that aren't healed right, and it's going to affect me differently because I am generally completely able-bodied in terms of head to toe fitness. But there's people out there with one arm. I've just got a dodgy wrist. I've still got the whole arm, it still works, I can do everything with it, just without the strength. So I should really be thankful that even after everything I've been through, there's still light at the end of the tunnel, lots of it, in comparison to many others. And my woes are nothing really in comparison to the countless millions that don't have a tenth or 1% of what I've got in terms of body and life. Although a lot of those people's souls and things like that are probably richer than mine. Sometimes wonder what life would be like if I didn't have all the things that I've got in terms of finances and materialistic things and family and things like that. What life would actually be like? Would it make you a more humble person? Would it make you an angry person? I don't know. And you can't say I'll never know, because you don't know what's around the corner. You don't know whether there's going to be there most likely will be another financial crisis very, very soon as a result of the COVID-19. Which is going to make it more difficult for me, because I don't have obviously I had job security when I was in the police. It was a recession-proof job. The recession makes no impact whatsoever on police work generally. It may put a halt on pay increase and things like that, but essentially you've got your job for life. But it took its toll mentally on me. And I think the fact that I don't actually really miss the job at all. I miss some people in the job, some aspects of the job, but I don't miss it enough to say I'd go back if I had to. The job I'm in now, albeit not recession proof, it's government based, and the trains are an essential part of the network. So essentially my job would be safe, and I think it would be almost recession proof, but at the moment I might not be going back. I have to wait and see how this operation goes. Nine minutes in, I've not even pulled a stroke yet. But the lather's doing well. Right, let's get it painted. See, there's a very, very nice lather. I'm also seeing my doctor tomorrow. Again, I'm sick of going to the doctors, I really am. But this is all about mental health now. I'm trying to stay mentally strong, because essentially everyone's whinging and moaning about having to self-isolate for like 2 weeks, a month. I don't know how long they're going to have to self-isolate for. I've essentially self-isolated now for 6 months because I haven't been able to work, I'm not allowed to work, I haven't been able to really do anything other than the odd little bit in the house, so it's been brutal, it really has. And now the revelation of probably never be able to play soccer again and football again, might not get my job back, might lose my job, and other things like my gran, and I've had spending issues and things like that with buying stuff that I couldn't afford and things. There's been so much, a lot of it pushed upon myself by myself, but it's impacted me mentally and emotionally, so time to try and get myself sorted. Right, here we go. I've got the Ferra Artist Club stainless steel, and this blade I think is in its last legs, but we'll see. Certainly feels much more comfortable now. I'm starting to get a real sort of feel on the razor. Now of course the issue with that is that's when you become complacent. This is another daily shave. So this will be daily shave, like, I think it's 4 with this razor, 3 with this razor. And so far I've been getting the least amount of irritation I've ever had. From daily shaves. Now, I'm not saying it's all down to this razor because I'm using the carve as well, but I think the combination of this razor and the carve is making a huge difference. Right, let's just rinse that off. Oh, it's a really nice, it's a very floral scent, but it does have a type of cologne thing happening. I can't describe what the florals are in it because it's so well blended, to be honest. And if you buy a Barrister Mann soap, you'll get that 99 out of 100. It'll be so well blended you'll struggle to pick a lot of things. I mean, one that goes against that, excuse me, is Barrister Mann Diamond, which to me I can almost smell every single note that's in it. The popcorn, the caramel, the sort of freshly cut grass. The thing I like about Barrister Mann more than pretty much anything else, the main sort of thing, is the post shave, and also the fact that I don't think as yet I've come across a Barrister Mann product that I have had a reaction to, an allergic reaction I mean. They all seem to work beautifully well. Right, let's see how it feels against the grain, because this is where I noticed the difference, that it wasn't quite as sharp last time around, was against the grain. But let's see how it feels. Actually, it felt okay. It felt way better than I thought it was gonna. It's definitely on its last legs. So with that being said, I'm going to stop with the chevette there. I'm going to change that blade out for my next shave. I'm going to move on to the car for the final pass. But so far, I've got a little bit of redness there. I can see it a little bit against the grain redness. But the Australian Private Reserve Essentials Peptide Concentrate Serum will fix that, no problem. It seems to be a very high quality product. So here we go. There's a bit of redness there now. The blade's definitely on its way out, or it's done. I think it was definitely between 10 and 15 passes of shaves that I had from that, and one full head shave with a lot of hair, and it mowed that down. So I've got the carve again, the Christopher Bradley razor, with the B plate again, with a Nasset again. That feels fantastic. Just going to pop a little bit of lather there, so I can catch this against the grain, hopefully nice and smoothly and comfortably. Fantastic again. It's definitely a little bit more irritation today, but I have to put that down to the almost blunt blade in the feather. It's not, it feels almost like a, it feels like a straight razor that's not sharp. In fact, if anything, without being disrespectful to the stallion, it feels a little bit like the gold dollar. That's what it feels like now. It's shaveable, it's passable, it feels smooth enough. It's not quite there anymore. That's what the edge feels like. It feels like it needs honed. That's what the edge on that razor blade feels like now, but obviously it won't get honed, it will just get chucked in the bin and a new one will come out. But I'm expecting a little bit of blood. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, there's a little bit just around my lips there, but everywhere else isn't too bad, to be honest. I'm quite surprised at that. So anyway, let's finish off. I'll finish off now. Now I'll let it dry. I don't know what I'm doing, to be honest. Barrister and Mann, SAERYAN, top of the chain, exclusive for top of the chain in Canada. Fantastic floral type cologne scent. It's not something I would wear. If it was a cologne, I would wear the cologne or the aftershave or whatever, but it's just a nice, relaxing cologne inspired, or floral inspired cologne. It's nice, it is quite nice. The brush for today was the Cannabis and Richardson with the I can't remember the knot. It's at the tip of my tongue. I've got it in my head, this company, and I just cannot get it out. But it's a beautiful knot, it's very soft. It was a gift from Ivy Chapel, or Alex Kaplan, if you know him as that. Right, I'm going to put on some Australian Private Reserve. Essentials Restoration Peptide Concentrate Serum. 1 squirt of that, which looks like that, on damp hands. The great thing with this product is it is safe for everywhere, all around your eyes and all sorts. It's absolutely fine. I'm just going to I hate leaving hair right there. I hate that, and I hate it there and under there. Everywhere else I can survive with. Even there's a bit annoying. But everywhere else for some reason I'm alright with. Just around my nose, around my lips, it's a bit annoying. If you get that BBS here and you don't feel anything, it makes it feel like the whole face is like that. Although the whole face does feel fantastic. And to be honest, that still, again, even with the redness that I've got under here, it still looks better, way better than my daily shaves have done in the past without this in the rotation. Now also, the fact that I'm using the straight of the Chevette is making a difference. I do notice that it's, for whatever reason, the more I use it, the better my technique. These blades do a fantastic job. This is the Feather Artist Club Super Professional, which I believe from what I read is the sharpest and also protrudes the most out of the razor. I think the other blades don't stick much out of this section here. I don't think they stick too far out. The razor, of course, as you just seen, was the Feather Artist Club Stainless Steel SS. Now, one thing I did notice from watching Frank Stromberg is that you can see the profile of that. The DX runs from there to there in a straight line, straight down both sides. This has got an indent, and then there's a little sort of bubble, not bubble, but at the bottom it comes out a little bit, and it's really to give you a bit of help with the angle. It's probably helping me a lot, and I don't really notice it, and that's why I'm getting good shaves with this. Now, if I had a DX, I might get better shaves, but I might get worse shaves. There's probably a higher chance that it would be worse. So I'm going to stick with this until I master this. I'm going to really master it to the point that I can do a full shave and get BBS, or as close to BBS as I can with it. It is harder than a DE razor because it's not as manoeuvrable. You can't get into certain areas, but I'm finding the more I use it, left and right hand, I'm getting more feel for how to move the blade around. You can sweep it, you can sort of guillotine it, take it down at angles and things. The more you use it, the more accustomed to the feel of the blade and everything, it becomes easier, it really does. And if you want to give these sort of things a try, straight razors are beautiful things to look at. They shave very well when the edge is good, but the maintenance it's got a lot of maintenance involved in it. You have to strop it, you have to hone it when it gets really blunt and the strop's not working anymore. the edge might not be right, so you need to re-edge it with a different stone and finish it on a different hole. You know, there's so many things. This, you buy a blade, you pop it in, once it's blunt, chuck it in the bin, put a new blade in. It doesn't feel like a straight, and it isn't a straight, but it's pretty darn close. And it's, like I say, Feather make fantastic blades. They are pretty much the benchmark of blades, in my opinion, for sharpness and smoothness when it comes to this sort of thing. The other razor that I used to finish off the shave was the Carve Christopher Bradley razor. Stainless steel, 3.25 inch handle, the B plate, which is 0.73 blade gap, and a 10 plus use Gillette Nasset blade, which still feels fantastic. And finished off today with AP Reserve Essentials Restoration Peptide Concentrate Serum, 30ml. Still feels like there's a lot in here. There's loads in here, and I've been using this, I think, for over a month now. So for 50 bucks Australian, so far so good. It seems like it's going to be value for money. And the post shave is exceptional. I can see in the mirror that it's taken some of that redness away already, and it feels great. Wow, doesn't get much better than that, really, does it? Stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive, and I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.